Hi folks, this is Misty with How Creative Creations, and today we're going to make a giraffe stick pony. So I'm going to start out, and this is pretty much the entire process. I didn't get video of shooting the cutout or the tracing of the pattern, but that's partially on purpose because I drew my pattern. Like everything else, I drew my own pattern on this, which sets me apart from most everybody else. Anyways, here I am stitching on the iris of the eye. Now, I did all the embroidery video at 3 times. So imagine how long this takes. 3 times what it shows in the video. Plus, I have to do 2. So, that's what I try to explain to people. I've had some people occasionally question my process on my stick ponies. And this is what I try to explain to them. It takes about 30 minutes, give or take some, to embroider. Just do the eyes. That doesn't count cutting out the pattern, tracing the pattern, cutting out the pattern. After it's all said and done, embroidery, doing the ears and horns and sewing it all together. So, my time is worth the cost. Now, I do sell stick ponies at craft shows for a lot less than I do online, but it's what the market can bear locally. That makes sense. I don't make that much of a profit locally. So, and online, I cover shipping, so I'm not constantly having to adjust for postal prices. So, the price online includes shipping, except for outside of the U.S. So, and here we go with the brown. And this giraffe I did with eyelashes, which Ethan looked at me and said, "Hey, it's a girl giraffe." And I said, "No, not necessarily. Because giraffes in general have long eyelashes. That's why I did the one with the eyelashes. Just because I liked it, and that's what I felt like today." So, but I did show parts of the process that I don't normally show. Of my making process that I don't normally show. And by the time this is out, I will already have this in my shop, thestickponylady.com. He'll be up for sale for you to buy. And this chair has a squeaky joint. Now we're going to the white. And this time I didn't use white for the white. I used off-white because I thought it looked better with this fabric. So, and then the light, the life light in the eye. And if you're wondering, I got the embroidery pattern for the eyes. I use it for my dragon eyes, and my plain eyes, and then these. And plain eyes look just like these, except they don't have the lashes. These are from Whimsy Woo on Etsy. And they have it where you can cut them out of fabric and hand sew them patterns, and then they have machine embroidery patterns. So first it traces out the pattern, the eyelid, and then you put your fabric over top, and it traces it again. Then you trim around it with applique scissors, which are flat. They're shaped weird, but it gets it closer to the fabric. And then you do the actual stitching around it. That's how the applique eyelids are done. For this, I'm using an off-white natural muslin, just for the difference. Sometimes I use the giraffe pattern. Sometimes I make about 3 or 4 giraffes a year. This year, before all the COVID started, I had set a goal of doing about 8 giraffes. I also had a goal of doing 400 stick ponies this year, but right now the market just doesn't bear that. And now we're stitching the eyelashes with black. Extra bonus for this, the eyelashes are stitched in black and the first stitch on the other side is black, so it's less changing of the colors. I get so tired when I'm doing machine embroidery, I get so tired of rethreading my machine all the time. One of these days, I'm going to get one of them big fancy embroidery machines where you just set up several colors and it does it. So now that the embroidery is done on both sides, I pin everything together, matching up the eyes so it's even. Now I pin it and then I cut out around the line. I really need a place to sharpen my scissors. If y'all know a place to get your scissors sharpened, even if I have to send them off, I've got 3 pairs that need to be sharpened. I can live with these for longer if I can get the other 2 sharpened. My other 2 are Fiskars and Gingers. After I cut everything out, I go back through and I cut the slash for the ear and in the giraffe's case, the horns. Then I unpin everything so that I can stitch on the ears and the horns. But I have to stitch them first. So there's the horns. And I just cut them on the fold. And I just freehand cut those every time. I know y'all seen me do horns and ears before. I just freehand cut them. Don't have a pattern. I did the same thing for spikes and fins and everything else. Teeth. For the one shark that I've done, I did teeth that way too. I think soon I'm going to make a chicken again. Chicken. And here's where I pinch pleat or to give the ears a little bit more dimension so they don't just stand up flat. I do different pinch pleats with my fingers and pin them. Now here I'm stuffing the horns. I turned it right side out, or I'm turning it right side out. And then I stuff them so they stand up a little bit more. But the ears, I pinch pleat them like that so they're more dimensional and they look more like real animal ears. Here I've pinned in the slit and I'm sewing it like you would a dart for clothing. I sewed it and then do the other side. And I repeated the process, although I don't think I videotaped both sets of stitching. Anyways, repeat it on the other side. I got it. And like I said before, I do stitch these twice. Because kids are rough on stuff. I do have an update where I said I made the special triplets for a family, a YouTube family. They got their ponies, and it was displayed. They showed one of their kids with it yesterday, which was really cool. He really liked it. He took it all around their farm with him. He named it Jeff. And then halfway through the video, he renamed it Cyrus. It's a cute little blonde boy. Y'all can see that in Roots and Refuge, and I will link in the comment, or not in the comments, I will link in the description how to get to their channel so y'all can see it. It's so cute. And then I got a friend today. The video came out yesterday that they shot. And then today, I got a, it was so cute. Today I got a friend of mine from our place, one of the other crafters. She's like, I just saw one of your stick ponies on a gardening channel I watch on YouTube. I'm like, yeah. So, anyways, I think it's awesome. I love Roots and Refuge Farm here on YouTube. Go check them out. They have some of the best advice for homesteading and gardening you can find anywhere. Okay. Here I am feeding the zip tie through. And this is how I hold out the neck. And then I'm stuffing this. I'm stuffing the stuffing out of this giraffe. And I just shove it in. I try to make my stick ponies where they're stuffy enough, to be lovable and huggable, but firm enough not to hurt if a kid actually hits with it, which is an argument I hear at craft shows all the time. I'm not going to buy it for my child because they're going to hit their brother, sister, dad, mom, grandma with it. I'm like, that's when you tell them no and you dish out a punishment. So after I stuffed it, I make a hole in the stuffing on the neck, and I put the stick in, and I pull the zip tie as hard as I possibly can, so it barely moves on the stick. Sometimes, if it's a thicker material like denim, it's a little bit different. And then I'm going to show you. I actually did glue the heads on. This is E6000, and I squished the head down just a little bit on the neck towards the head. And then I slide it back up, and I hold it in place for a minute. While I'm doing that, I'm grabbing the little ball that goes on the end of the stick. I let it sit, and then I put the glue in the ball, which is a tight fit. I order my sticks and my balls from a company out of Fort Worth, Texas, that hand makes their stuff. Well, sort of handmade. There's a machine. But it is a small business that does it. I actually get a better deal than anywhere else. So when I put the glue in and I put it on the end, I actually have to hammer the stick on the floor to get it to go all the way in and stay. And here I am putting on my tag. And it just irons on. So, this is also, I have inventory numbers that are hand numbered on all the stick ponies now. In the past, I didn't do this, but I do now. And this one is SP61. And here he is out in the backyard. Ethan's out there taking video of him. Isn't he a handsome, or her a handsome devil? Just the tag in the fabric. So, this is how I made this stick pony. Help us out by giving us a like down below. It really helps out the channel. You can also subscribe, smash the bell button to be notified when I upload videos, which I'm trying to do twice a week now, sometimes a little bit more often. And be sure to catch all the social media links down below too, to be notified about sales and everything else. And if you read the description, I typically put a coupon code in there. So y'all have a great day. Bye.